Welcome back to Oakhill, everyone. Today we are starting off the plan of expanding the farm. First job is to take this load of cattle up to market to sell. See, expanding the herd is key to our plan of expanding the farm and repaying this loan that's going to be increasing slowly. 93,000 for those, and that works out at about £30,000 profit, which is pretty good. Just loading up with the other few that we had. I think today must have been the day 12 days ago, which I think is the cycle that we brought this big trailer. So we had a small load and a big load. And we're going to buy another full load, so we've lost a little bit of money there, but not a big deal. And I'm going to borrow even more to buy a third load of cows. But the plan to keep the farm progressing is we need to buy and sell about 40 cows a day. That will keep the pen full. And the last couple of days we haven't bought that many, so this is just kind of a booster to get us up to that point that we need to be at. And why not get a fourth load, hey? I think we had 2 days where we didn't buy very many cows, so this should put us about where we need to be. But up to 306 cows. Feeding them is getting fairly time consuming, so probably going to be using bales. And as you have just seen, I borrowed or leased an Anderson bale stacker to get all of the grass bales up off the other fields. And then I got stuck. So the whole crop silage is pretty much all fermented. Now I was playing around with crop rotations, and then I've sold off the forest field, and I'm now going to faff about for a bit trying to decide which fields that I want to buy. And in the end I went for fields 83 and 84. They both need ploughing and they both need liming, so we're going to go and buy some lime and then crack on with the expansion a bit more. Just having a quick look to see if these good pallet forks are available for a telehandler. They are not, sadly. These pallet forks suck. So we've also got a part pallet of leftover lime from the last field. We had the lime up at the shop, so we should probably do the right thing and take that back to the farm as well. Just looking at seed cost options, I haven't looked at pasture grass in a while, and so I'm just going to go and consult my farmer's almanac, and it looks like pasture grass is a good option. I forget later, but one of the nice benefits of this is you only need a soil temperature of 3 degrees to plant it rather than 5. Otherwise it behaves just like grass. So the 2 new fields are going to get pasture grass, and also I have a couple of other fields that need it. The next big purchase, we are going to get ourselves a Magnum. The 2008 Magnum, we borrowed a shed load of money obviously to pay for it. 320 horsepower. Get rid of my constant moaning about not having enough power. Yeah, 100 grand used. Nice. The other thing we need to get is some plows, and I want to try these front and rear plows. I don't think I've ever used them before, so I thought it would be interesting. Rather than just using the 4 meter subsoil or 3 meter subsoiler that we've got with 2 big fields, I thought this might be fun and interesting. So we'll just get things repaired and we'll get down to the fields. So this is the first field. This is field 84, I think, and there's a little bit of space that we can expand the area that's going to become pasture grass. So I'm just going to plough that out first, and then we'll get the rest of the field sorted. Just trying to get a nice curve on that edge there, not that it really matters because it's all grass, but hey. Something I didn't do with these plows, which I should have done, is they actually rotate, and that kind of screwed with GPS a bit because I just left them as they were. So you'll see here I'm missing some bits because I didn't rotate the plough, so the offsets aren't quite right. Alright, let's get some lime on the field. Hopefully I've brought enough. Two pretty big fields. It doesn't seem to be taking lime on the grass. I think it's probably because it's ready to harvest, but I didn't think it was right and we don't have time to harvest it. So we're going to have to plough all of this in. And it's the last day of planting season, so we're going to be going pretty late to get all this done. 2 fields to plough, and ideally I would like to do the 2 small grass fields as well. They have needed ploughing since we've owned them. Then we need to replant those 4 fields, and I've also got 2 fields that are going to be corn next year, so I'm doing my usual grass winter cover crop, so we could do with getting those planted as well. That took forever. I do not like this setup at all. I'm ditching the front plough. I'm going to get course plate to do field 83, and I figured it would be easier for course plate to just have the rear plough on. It'll take longer, but we've got quite a lot to get done, so I'm just going to let it work. See, he's rotating the plough. He knows. I'm a scientist, not a farmer. Anyway, let's get this field limed. So you'll see some weird stripes in the fertilization if I check the minimap. That's because we were destroying grass as we drove over it, because this is the Maize Plus map. And that does funny things with what counts as fertilizing. In theory, when you plough in grass, you should get a fertilization state, but we didn't for some of it. Anyway, while I'm waiting for the soil temperatures to come up, because I've forgotten I only need it to be 3 degrees, spreading some compost to get some fertilization going on these fields. We've also got the 1445 running the rollers. We've limed this field as well. And the Magnum is cultivating field 84 because I'm trying to sort out the weird fertilization, so if I cultivate it I can apply more fertilizer, and the weird pattern was bugging me. So I'm still waiting for the temperature to come up because I had a bit of a brain fart. So I'm cultivating in field 65, which would have been planted with spelt today if the temperature was warm enough, but it's not. So that'll have to wait until spring. You will have just seen the manure spreader going past because AutoDrive is running that for me, fertilizing a field I can't remember which one. This is the point where I realise I only need 3 degrees soil temperature to plant pasture grass, so this is going on course play, and we need to go and rent a really big seeder. And I'm going to sell both these ploughs because I just don't like them. So I'm going to get a front weight to stick on the Magnum, and I'm going to completely forget about it then because that's what I did. I'm leasing the Batterstat A800, nice 8 meter seeder. It's a direct drill, so I didn't need to do all the cultivating, but I prefer to, and fields needed ploughing anyway. Yeah, I completely forgot to pick up the front weight. Luckily this is a big tractor and it's not a problem. If you spotted, there was a £1 version of this in the shop. That was what I used for doing the demo day that I did. I was fixing the little issue I had on the map. So, while we've been working on these fields, I've had Courseplay working subsoiling the 2 small fields, so they're also ready to take some pasture grass. They've also been being fertilized, so most of the fields that we've got to seed with grass are actually in a pretty good state with fertilisation and ploughing and lime. So next year's grass yield should be insane. So I finished doing field 83. I'm still waiting for George to finish spreading compost in 84. But I'm going to tackle 108, and I think I end up doing 106 as well. This thing covers so much ground. I wish we could afford to buy it, but we can't. So I'll have to send it back as soon as we finish this job. Now this video is getting pretty long, so I'm actually going to finish all of this seeding because it's basically me seeding a whole load of grass fields off camera between episodes. So when I come back in the morning, these fields will all be done. So that just leaves me to say thanks for watching, everyone. If you enjoy the video, or if you don't, leave me a comment, leave me a thumbs up or a thumbs down. All feedback is useful. If you're still watching and you're not subscribed, hit that button, ring the bell, and I'll catch you next time.